Hi everyone, my name is Amir, and as part of our final project for our subject Fundamentals of Project Management, we have worked on the famous case study of Howe International Bridge. And on the basis of this case study, we have created a presentation, and here I'm going to start with the presentation with you today. So, as to begin with, we'll be talking about initiation and planning of the project. Our main objective was for construction of 6 lanes wide bright bridge right within the vicinity of the Nicholas Span that is serving as busiest business border crossing between the United States and Canadian parts of entry for people. So the success factors of the project determined are the faster completion of the project with the optimal utilization of the amount and time allocated for it. And when it comes to the integrating various components such as bridges, ports of entry, highways, etc., they must fit. And we'll also make sure that it is adherence to environmental and safety standards or policies and legal requirements. The scope is going to be the high level scope, a stable and efficient relationship between the organization, its stakeholder, and the wider community. A high level scope. First, running 5 miles, 2.5 kilometers in length, making it one of the longest in North America ports of entry and inspection facilities for Canada and the US toll collection of tolls and infrastructure. So the accessibility and interaction through strategic frequent passes across the mentioned border also determine proximities to major highways on both sides of the border. The milestone scheduling and budget, the important things. So the key milestones are going to be property execution completed, which will be 2020, quarter one, pedestrian bridge design selection, quarter two, 2020, start of bridge tower foundations, quarter three, 2020, and the targeted project completion, which will be quarter four, 2024. The total budget allocated is going to be 5.7 billion Canadian dollars contract value. 74 months is the construction period, what we are targeting, and 30-year operation period. The stakeholders and risk involved in this project. So the participant represented here as personalized research subjects have personal interests that impact their daily lives. Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority has project execution and management responsibilities. North America, BNA, design, build, finance, operate, and maintain contractor and developer government of Canada and the United States. The third stakeholder are the regulatory and policy maker, local communities on both sides of the border, civil society members who desired greater benefit for the communities and lower negative effects on the environment, business and commercial users, which has a specific requirement for integration about border crossing and toll charges. And the general public. All these three projects aim to achieve accessibility for the public, environmental sustainability, and consideration of the community when undertaking any project. Now my team member Adnan will take it forward from here. He will be talking about execution, monitoring, and controlling part one. So I'm handing over to Akshay.
Hi everyone, myself Adnan bin Rashidi Mani. I want to explain about the executing, monitoring, and the controlling. The communication management stands with the being implement the project team, and there is the provide of the update of reads and the meeting and stakeholders information and event the communication web based on the profit with the information about the project will be based on the project and report of the documents. And going to the second one, the slight incline of the overall the lesson of the project, then the vast as ad learned during the execution minority and the controlling the part of the project. The lesson to be drawn at the relevance of pro board and the coordinating the managing as well as stability of the process of communication management and the relevance of engagement agreement. So, the findings and the democrated and the project that teams has the impact and the process improvement principle as has in individually. And going to the third one, this is
To execution.
related to the shift and the player the stakeholder will explain much more than the advice of the schedule with the budget while the coordinating the checks and the project goals and the objective the notes trade as was the enabled conversation and the team also noted and the complementation for the mind and informed the need to can contain calibration of the applicable period and the engage and defend adherence. One of the moral challenges that the catalyzation learned is influenced the project being the able meet of the controlling the stockholders explained the documents 2025. Executing, monitoring, and controlling is the last part. Positive or outcomes and the effects of the growth of international trade and the including the progress and the accurations of the properties and the selections of the designs and constructions of the awards attributing the environment performance and the social responsibility and the government. There are ministries including the effects working with the project team and achievement giving the obtain having the positive impact of the night boring community. The key developable the positive optims impact of the guardian home.
Okay.
Okay, now my team member Jeffrey can take the part.
Hi, this is Jeffrey, and I will take over to talk about our risk assessment and what we're gonna do to manage the risk. There are top 5 risks. First one is the cross-border coordination and getting approvals. Second one is the construction, logistics, and scheduling. And we also need to Okay, it's all right. I can continue.
Yeah.
So the last one was the environment and community impacts for our risk. These 3 things is highly risky because this is a 2 countries project, so we need to obtain both countries' approval, and the logistics between these two needs to be very well coordinated. The environmental and community impacts, they have a lot of questions of the negative impact for the people that are living in these areas. And we need to manage the stakeholders and make sure we are paying attention to those are involving and coordinating both sides of the country. And we need to make sure our finance and budget are under 5.7 billion Canada dollars. So after our assessment, we categorize these 5 risks into different levels. We have 3 high-level risks, which is cross-border coordination, stakeholder management, technical complexity of the bridge design and construction. And then we have medium-level risk, which is environmental and community impact. And we have the financing and delivery model risk. There are 5 types of risk mitigation strategy, which is accept, avoid, transfer, reduce, and hide. In our case, we think it's best to adopting the control measures that capture the interdisciplinary dynamics of the organization's function, and we use other predicting techniques, monthly scheduling, and scenario planning to detect and correct critical path problems. And then we carry out a highly developed environmental plan concerning more than 450 environmental factors, review the binational assessment activity. And we assign a team responsible for its implementation and monitoring for the 20 million Canadian dollar community benefits plan. And then we also need strong communication management to ensure that all our stakeholders stays on top of the project. We will have a biweekly report on progress and communication with WDBA, BNA, and other governmental related stakeholders. And we will create awareness through fairs and workshops to target the people within the community. And the project website contains general information about the project, as well as we will have public relationship through social medias. And lastly, and most important, we will have the reporting and documentation of such items as project probabilities and occurrence that constitute risks and problems among other items. Now I will have our next team member.
Hello, good evening all. This is Karnam Akshay. Today I'm going to discuss about the conclusion of this project. We did the project on the Gordie Harvey International Bridge. This project has been successful so far, as evidenced by the kind of progress that is expected cannot be overstated. So it's a beautiful project. Many people are getting benefits from this project. It is a multi-use path, so people can use walkways. So this we have a bicycle lane in the bridge. So social and environmental concerns of these success factors have been closely observed by the project team during the execution. So the lessons learned are higher internal governance and cross-functional interface management to achieve organizational coordination. So these kind of big projects are not done by a small group of people. So it includes a lot of people, lot of decisions made. So construction logistics and scheduling, overseeing the there of large scale and complex construction works across the border. Most suppliers are under pressure to deliver materials and equipment on time. So these kind of problems we can see on a regular basis. So whatever the suppliers are supplying, they won't send it in a proper quantity that we have ordered. But the things are going up and down. So use anticipative procedures like monthly calendars, end-to-end modeling, and others to figure out when these are cascading dangers if critical path is breached. So there has to be an breach, like there has to be some rules to follow on this
Project achievements and impact. Timely progress. Reach its last form, choose pedestrian bridges design, and started constructing bridges tower foundations. Project to deliver the desired project by the end of December 2024. Recognition for the environmental, social, and governance performance. It gained the top honor at the P3 Awards for the project's strong and balanced environment program and community benefit proposal. Commitment to sustainable development. LED lighting to decrease amount of energy required for frequency replacement, dark sky friendly, instead of light interference with bird migration or create light, etc. Be sure four main points. Be sure to maintain good control of stakeholders and social interaction. Sustain the stringent governance structure and the cross-interface sustainment to address accountability and risk forecasting. Extend the implementation of analytical activities including schedule evaluation and scenario simulations. Look for a chance to apply the state and technology innovations and that can project and make it more effective. Conclusion: the Gordie Howe International Bridge project has established the need for proper management of large and cross-border infrastructure projects. By carefully handling the varied problems, learning from the prior experiences, and not forgetting stakeholders' involvement and sustainability development, the project team has come a long way. It has produced positive gains beneficial to crossing communities on both